All right, mandatory disclaimer right up front here. I'm making this video of this trail here at Dunn's Creek State Park for two reasons. Number one, never been here. Wanted to show y'all a cool trail. It's a pretty straightforward trail, and I think if you watch to the end, you'll see just how beautiful some of these trails in Florida that seem boring can really be, especially the critters. So watch to the end for some talking about that. And part B, a bunch of us are going to be on the Mammoth March here in this very state park in February, hiking 20 miles in 8 hours. And I wanted to get a feel for the terrain. I want to disclaim right here, I am no way involved with the Mammoth March other than a participant. And I have no idea if they're going to use this part of the trail. This is just the longest trail in the state park. It's not that big of a state park, but I just wanted to show y'all who will be coming here in February some of the terrain here in the Dunn's Creek State Park. And I think you'll find it very interesting, and it'll help you prepare for the trail, because I'm sure at a minimum we will be hiking this type of terrain, and there's a good chance we'll be spending a lot of time on this very trail, but I don't know that for sure. So anyway, with that said, let's get on the trail. And it's turned out, I'm almost finished, but it's turned out to be a pretty awesome trail. So let's get hiking. Okay, so starting right off the bat here, it does say on all trails that much of this trail is forest roads. And yeah, we're in my favorite terrain, sand. Yeah, sand is my favorite. No, it's not. But anyway, just starting right out, we're heading uphill. We're in sand and we're on a forest road. So another thing I want to say, I did see in the comments on All Trails that the All Trails map was wrong, but that was back in 2023, so we'll see. So far it looks like it's right. However, this trail isn't marked, there's no blazes on it or anything, so if you do want to come and do this trail, I highly recommend you download the All Trails map first. And again, we're on the Piney Bluff Trail. Let's keep walking. Really pretty out today though. So some other poor soul was out here before me this morning going the opposite direction. I mean, look at these divots in the sand. So they must have been out here really early, although I'm out kind of late. But yeah, this is my life for a little. You know, here's a question for you. You know, if you're hiking on something like this and you have the sand, well, what are your options? Because if you look, there's kind of a mown median over to the side that you could technically go to. Yeah, that's tick heaven, so you might be walking in ticks, but if you're bugged up, you're probably okay. Or you can stay on the red line and be right here in the sand. You know, my thoughts on a place like this, it's 6 one way, half dozen the other, because this, remember, the sides are already mowed, so you're not probably doing any damage. However, for right now, I just don't like ticks and chiggers, and it's still August. I don't think I want to go hiking up there and that. And by the way, this is sand too. It's just not as loose as over there. So let me know in the comments what you think about that. Do you just keep trying to find the packed down places in the sand, or do you head up onto the grass? In the meantime, it's burning hot, and we're just gonna keep on hiking. Scrub jays. Whole bunch of them making a racket. I'm sure you can't see them, but let's listen. So, just had a couple of Bambies go crashing through the woods, and then came around and saw this family of scrub jays, gang, flock, whatever you call them. I've only seen 2 scrub jays ever before in my life. That was in Ocala, and here there were 5 or 6 of them squawking and making noise and flying. What beautiful birds. I wish I could have zoomed in, but on this camera I really can't get in close enough to see them. But you know, it's great to see them. They're endangered. They're an important part of this habitat. We're here up on a bluff. The creek is over that hill over there. We won't be going that way, but hey, look, if it's not sand. That's pretty nice. There's been a lot of sand. Hey, check it out. We're 1.5 miles in. There's a blue blaze. And it looks like there might be one down there too. We came from right there. I think maybe the All Trails map is wrong, and that is the real blue trail. Huh. I wouldn't want to hike through that, but it looks like that might be it. It's definitely not maintained. It's just high grass. Let's see. Yeah, there's some lines where either critters or people have gone through there. But anyway, we know we keep going this way. So let's keep going this way. Oh yeah. It says to turn right there. So for my all trail friends, on my way out, I'll probably take the blue trail out and then just take the road down to my car. But anyway, we'll keep on cruising. So just to clarify, this is clear as mud, but according to the All Trails map now, I turn into this prairie of brush, which is the blue trail for sure. So we'll start cruising down this. It's not sand, but it is pretty high. I don't see any trails through here, so we'll just do our best to keep through it and keep an eye out for tickies. Oh, much better walking now. So very pretty. And don't forget to look up. The sky's really nice today too. We'll keep cruising. All right, we're up here on the Piney Bluff, these sand hills, and it has been like this the whole way. There hasn't been one tree, you know, that substantially covers you, but we're heading downhill over there, and it looks like we might be getting a little bit into some woods. If we do, I'm taking a break because it's hot, and I got to get the sand out of my shoes too. So heading pretty steep downhill now, down off of this big ancient dune that we've been hiking along. And yes, folks, it's an ancient dune. The ocean used to be here. Let's keep cruising. Pro tip number 47. Don't brush up against these guys. I just brushed up into a prickly pear and I had to pull about 20 quills out of my leg. And it hurts now because, yeah, there's poison in them. So it's not going to hurt you, but it doesn't feel good right now. We're off of the roads. We're on this kind of trail. It's kind of nice, but yeah, there's a lot of those guys along the way here, so you're gonna have to watch your step. Looks kind of snaky too, so I'm being careful. Okay, we're about 3 miles in, and look what I found. Yeah, I mean, there's no trees out here. These two beautiful little scrub oaks grew right here just so I could rest right here and get some water here in the shade. This trail is very beautiful, but also quite challenging. So I'm glad I came out to check it out. It gives me a feel. Now, granted, this may or may not be the actual path for the Mammoth March, but if it is, we're gonna have to be prepared. It ain't gonna be easy. So anyway, I'm going to take a little break and then keep on cruising. See you in a little while. Hello, little feller. I think we got us a pygmy rattler right there, and the deer flies are after me. Alright, go back in the woods. I said it looks snaky out here. That one was right in front of the trail on me. I don't think that's a pygmy rattler. As I look closer at it, I'll look it up and see if I can figure out what it is. But I didn't step on it. That's a good thing. Can I pet that bear? Yep. There's some bear paws here. Pretty big one too. Was cruising along here not too long ago. And some Bambi tracks too. Hey, look what we found. Hey, look at this. We're about, I don't know, about 4 miles in. We've come down off of the sand hill or pine bluff, they're calling it, into these. I think these are kind of lowlands heading over towards the creek, and it's dropped at least 10 degrees down here, and beautiful woods. We're still on a road. It's not quite as sandy, but yeah, it looks like we're going to be cruising along this for just a little while. So 4 miles in be a good break spot. Still beautiful trail. Lots of animals. I'll tell you about them. You may have seen some on the video, but I'll tell you about them when we get to the end. Let's keep going. Shh. Listen. That's right. It's raining. I'm soaking wet, not from rain, but from sweat. I'm very happy that it's raining. And look at the trail down here. It's really pretty. Much better than that sand. Although I love hiking in sand, right? All right. Getting close to the end, and it's raining. I love it. Let's go. So, that's pretty. I said earlier, this place reminds me quite a bit of Ocala, and I gotta say, it's almost a copycat going on now. Look at this. We have kind of a prairie swamp going on here. I mean, we're not that close to Ocala, but clearly a lot of the same habitat going on here. Isn't that pretty? And yeah, we're still hiking along the road, but we're much lower. The ridge we're on is up there somewhere. We're down near here. It's obviously in lowland, but I wasn't expecting this, man. I turned a corner and here's a beautiful prairie. Isn't that nice? It's not a big one like Hopkins or anything, but nice just the same. All right, let's keep going. We're heading up this very long hill of powdered sand. I think you can hear from my breath. Now, you know I'm a huffer puffer, but this is tough. This is not your typical smooth, cruisy Florida hill. That's for sure. Anyway, we're getting there. And this sand, it's brutal. Alright. I think we got to turn here. Okay. Out of breath. We made it back to the top of the high ground. This is a pretty place. We're looking over towards the St. Johns River. It's pretty far away. It's, I don't know, 4 or 5 miles that way. But, you know, hey, a view in Florida. Kind of an uncommon thing. I think we went along that ridge right there, up that ridge, along there, and then down and came down across those lowlands over there. And we climbed back up here on this ridge, and we're getting ready to head way down again. Catch my breath. All right, about a mile out from the car. I just want to talk a little bit about some of the awesome things about this trail, and that's the critters. So some of my caught on video, some of them I didn't. First of all, we saw Bambis kind of all over the place, so plenty of Bambis around here. That's not that uncommon. Seeing the scrub jays, that was pretty awesome, and there's a large group of them, so very nice to see them out here. Then we saw the snaky snake. I think I called it a pygmy, but it's not a pygmy. It's some other kind of snake. If one of you knows, put it in the comments. I won't look it up. Holy crap. We're going uphill again. And then bear tracks everywhere, man. Everywhere. In the few places where I got close into the bushes, I was like, hey, I wonder where the bears are. I did it when I got to the top of the ridge. I came around a corner and I had an animal go crashing through the brush, and I had assumed it was probably a deer, but now in hindsight it was either a really big deer or it was a bear. I'm gonna go with it was probably a bear. Didn't see him or her, but I have seen, and here's the good news, I haven't seen any sign of hogs out here. That's a really good thing, because you know, boars can be and hogs can be very, very devastating to our landscape. They're kind of an invasive species at this point. Yes, there are native wild ones, but not seeing any around really makes me feel good. None of the trail torn up or anything. But there are definitely bears out here. There's no doubt about that at all. I saw some tracks that I didn't film, so you could barely see them, that were probably a good-sized bobcat, is what I'm going to call it and guess. I'm sure it's not a panther. So it wouldn't be uncommon for there to be bobcats out here. And then a billion armadillo and raccoon tracks, although I didn't see any of them. And I did see several gopher tortoise homes. So if you want to come out and hike in the wide open and probably see some animals, it's a good place to come. Anyway, we get back to the car, I'll finish up my recap. So let's get walking back to the... Well, I'll add to the list. I don't think you could see that. I tried to catch it on video. That was a beautiful bald eagle coming down from that tree and heading over probably to find a bunny or a snake to eat. Oh man, it's so awesome to see them. And I'm sure the video won't do it justice. I'll try and see if I can zoom it in or something. But what a beautiful, majestic bird. And it was a big one too, wasn't a little juvenile. Anyway, he's over there eating somewhere. And we're still on this sand road. And what's turning out to be a pretty freaking amazing place. So let's keep going. Whew. Well, folks, that'll about do it here for here out at what is not the Blue Pine Ridge Trail here in Dunn's Creek State Park. As far as the All Trails map goes, yeah, you do get on the Blue Trail once in a while, but you're certainly not on the Blue Trail for most of the hike. But if you follow that All Trails map, it's pretty cool, and I think the trail's kind of self-explanatory. You saw it. Most of the ratings on this trail are a 3. Again, the main reason I came here is because to see what Mammoth March was going to be like. But I'm going to tell you, the trail itself, I would probably rate about a 2 because I hate sand. Oh no, I mean I love sand. And it's literally all sand. It's all in the wide open. But I'm going to give it a 4 because of the critters. I mean, there was a lot of animals out here. It was really nice. That eagle just blew my mind away. The only thing would have been better if I'd have found the bear. But hey, anyway, that's about it. Out here at the Dunn's Creek State Park, I won't do it today on this video, but I'm going to go adventuring a little bit more. I know there's a boat ramp. There's some privies. There are some picnic areas. And I know there are a lot of other trails that are certainly probably in a different habitat. Remember, we were up on the Pine Ridge, up in the sand hills. So anyway, it's time to get back in the sled and head on home. And until we see you folks on the trail, happy trails, everybody. Please hit like and subscribe and get out there. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Well, that was fun.